What's up, everybody? This is the Jeffinator. I just wanted to comment a little further on the video I posted earlier today about the Juggalo Holocaust. Um, I posted and I wrote a couple paragraphs on, some of my thoughts on it, and I posted on a few sites, and I just wanted to share this with you. I put it in the description of my previous video, but I know a lot of people, they don't read the description, so I'll go ahead and read this to you. Let's see. First of all, I want to say that if any of these haters come to our neighborhood, start this shit and start killing any of my friends and family, I can't help it. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna stand up and defend them. For the most part, I'm not a violent person. I think I've only been in one fight in my life, and that lasted like 2 seconds. So for the most part, I don't try to start shit with people. I try to just live my life peacefully, and like I said in the other one, or in this in the description of the other one, I kind of live almost like a Buddhist monk to to the fact that I always try to emanate positive energy. Even when somebody else is negative with me, I try to put out positive energy, and in a lot of cases, they will grow to mimic that, and they will begin to put out positive energy. I've had times where somebody may walk in with an attitude, and they'll be pissed at me or something, and I'll just stay chill, just stay relaxed, talk with them, and by the end of the conversation, we're smiling and laughing and whatever. So for the most part, I'm generally a peaceful person. That's what I try to be. That's what I try to teach some of my friends and my family, people that are around me a lot. I try to pass that on to them a little bit, influence them to think positive about the situations rather than negative. And even all in my messages, I talked about if they come here, and I will, if they come here, I'm going to beat them down, because even that, I'm looking in that positive, because although I don't believe in murder and death and whatnot to the effect of some other people might, it's still, in some cases, it can't be avoided. As human beings, as living creatures, we have the right to defend what we hold dear. If nobody ever defended, well, I guess if nobody ever defended what they held dear, nobody would attack anybody else, and I guess the world would be peace. But that's not how the balance works. The universal balance is of positive and negative. There's always going to be positive, there's always going to be negative. It's how you look at it. You try to look at it, at the positive and the negative, with a positive mentality, and that's what I try to do. But as far as this Juggalo Holocaust, like I said, I'm not going to go rally a bunch of people. Part of me wants to, but I'm not gonna, because that's not going to solve anything. That's just going to further the hate and yeah, whatever. But if they come to my neighborhood and they start this shit, I am going to do something about this, because my friends and my homies are like blood to me, they are, that's my family. And so if you're sitting here, and let's say you're sitting here with your wife and your kid or something, and then all of a sudden somebody comes beating down your door and they kill your wife and your kid, your first instinct is going to be to kill the person who did that. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. Everybody has a different opinion. There's really no defined definition of good and evil. It's all a matter of perspective, but that's a different story. But from my point of view, if somebody came in here and killed my family and my friends, whatever, I would want to remove that person, because of the fact that, one, yeah, I want revenge. I'm only human. Everybody would want revenge if their family is killed. But on top of that, I would also be thinking of anybody in the future that person might harm. If somebody comes in here and kills my brothers and my homies, and then if I just try to be peaceful and let him walk away, he's not going to. Well, I guess there's a chance he would, but for the most part, he's not going to thank me for that. He's just going to use that as a chance to go and hurt more people. And then every death that he causes after that, I'll look back on it, I know that I could have maybe stopped it, and by taking this person out of commission to begin with, to prevent him from murdering those people. Now, of course, there's always a possibility that those people that he killed were going to die anyway. Let's say if I save one person from being killed by one of these Juggalo Holocaust members, and then he goes out and gets hit by lightning or hit by a car, that's always possible, but, we don't know all the answers to the universe. But I do know that it's it's in our DNA. It's a code written within our metabolic structure, or anatomical, whatever the hell word you want to call it. Our instincts tell us to defend what we hold dear and defend our families. You even look out in the wild, like with the different, if one lion goes into another lion's territory and messes with that lion's herd or pride or whatever you call it, it's going to defend. They're going to defend their territory. I don't know. Some people have said that we have evolved beyond that, but personally, I think that's bullshit. You know, yes, mentally we have evolved to a state, you know, to a higher state, but we're still animals. You know, we're still part of the, you know, we're still hominids. We're still part of the hominidae family, if you want to call along with orangutans, chimpanzees, and gorillas, and what else ever. You know, we're still part of that group. Yes, mentally, based on evolution and the things that we consumed in the early days of our species history, we have attained a higher state of consciousness, awareness, and intelligence, but we are still animals, and we still have those animalistic instincts, and that maybe someday in the future when we can get chips in our brains and shit, we'll be able to bypass that. But it's still there. I mean, you can't say that you look at somebody and kills your family and you're not going to want to do something about it, because that's your instinct. It's your instinct to protect and defend what you hold dear. But anyway, on to the letter that I wrote here. If any of you hater motherfuckers come to my neighborhood, me and my Juggalo family will show no mercy. Because if we do show mercy, they're going to turn around and stab us in the back. Why is there so much hate in the world? I try to live a peaceful life for the most part, and I'm very spiritual, almost to the point of a Buddhist monk. But I will not tolerate some hater pussies killing my family. Throughout this entire thing, I am going to try and maintain a positive outlook, even while skulls crack under my foot, if it comes to that. Hopefully it won't. But you hater bitches, you will be consumed by your negativity and level hate. You started this. We did nothing to you, and yet you feel the need to hunt us down and kill us. Well, you know, Hitler thought the same thing. Guess what happened to him? He died. And if you persist, so you can't go through and kill a bunch of people and not expect them to rise up and do something. That's just the way it is. The destruction of you Holocaust pussies is not an act of hate on our part, but rather to liberate ourselves from a prominent threat. We will never fade away. We will live on everlasting love until the end of time. Even if you manage to kill every last Juggalo and Juggalo, you can never destroy what we represent. Wicked clowns will never die. We are not evil Satanist murderers like some people think. Juggalos are some of the most dependable people you'll ever meet. We don't give a fuck about someone's problems or disabilities. So long as they stay chill, show us respect, we show it in return. The Dark Carnival, we're down with the clown. A Juggalo can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There is nothing we don't do for our Juggalo family. Eternal love and peace, and that is what we represent. And although we hate to do it, we will spill blood if necessary to defend what we hold dear. You can bet on that, fuckers. Word. So, yeah. You know, that's what I wrote there, and some people may get mad at me because people may consider it spreading the violence. No. You know, we're actually trying to stop the violence. If it can be solved with talk and deliberations, then great. That's what we hope for. But if it comes down to it and somebody's holding a gun in your face, you know, you either live or die, you know? You know, so it's up to you what you want to do, and so that's my thoughts on it, and then, you know, and here's my friend Razorblade Anthony here, and he'll tell you a little bit about his thoughts on it.
Yo, fuck you fucking faggot Juggalo Holocaust bitches. You wanna fucking do something, step the fuck up. Right here, bitch. Remember my motherfucking face. Late.
And, yep, there you have it. So, you know, we're not gonna go hunt you down or nothing, but you come in our neighborhood, you know, you're limping back. That's all I can say. You know, survival of the fittest, I guess you could call it. We are not gonna stand by and let ourselves be slaughtered. No way in hell. Peace. Much motherfucking wicked clown love.